Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce a great leader, a great friend of Kansas State, and a great American, Lieutenant General Richard Seitz.
Scott, thank you very much for your kind introduction. You were more than generous. President Schultz, Dr. Cochran, Mrs. Dragon, I think is here someplace, Colonel Brown, the garrison commander of Fort Riley, Mr. and Mrs. Manetta and your family, cadets to be commissioned, families of the cadets to be commissioned, faculty and staff, and ladies and gentlemen. It's with a great deal of pride and real pleasure that I join you today. Pride in these fine cadets who are about to be commissioned, and pleasure in being here at this great university, Kansas State. First, I want to congratulate the cadets who are about to be commissioned. We're all very proud of you. You are the cream of our nation's youth. Bright, strong, hardy, full of courage and idealism. You are the future, and my congratulations to you. I want to thank the parents for all you've done to make this day possible. I know many sacrifices have been made along the way, and you can today and every day be very proud of what you've done. To the staff and faculty, thank you for developing and training these fine young officers. I've watched Kansas State over the years develop officers, and I can say without hesitation, no university or no college does it as well as Kansas State University. Scott, you and your people do a marvelous job, and each of your staff, my great thanks. I'm deeply conscious of the honor which is mine in having been invited to speak on this very special occasion, but frankly I'm overwhelmed at the thought of finding adequate words for this occasion. This is a very special occasion. Today, these fine cadets will become officers of our great Army. They become members of the profession of arms, a very respected and outstanding profession. And I'd like to direct my attention and my words to them. Today, you become officers with a great deal of responsibility. You will become today, when you are commissioned, leaders of America's sons and daughters, our greatest asset. Not only will you be responsible for their operations and their training, but you'll also be responsible for their discipline, their citizenship, their morale, their health, and even their lives. This is an awesome responsibility that you have before you. And your training here at this great college, this university, Kansas State, has prepared you for this obligation. You are prepared mentally and physically to do the job. most important, you have mastered the principles of leadership. We know that the principles are very important to know, but more important is the challenge to use those principles. Leadership is your key to success. I mentioned that you mastered the principles of leadership, and I want to review for you a couple of the principles which I think are so very important. And I know it's old hat for you. There are three principles I want to review for you: character, responsibility, and example. Character, I think, is the moral courage to do the right thing. And it consists of integrity, dependability, and capability. It's difficult for me to see how you or anyone, any leader, could establish trust in a unit, and trust is the glue that holds the unit together. How you can establish that trust without a display of good character. I think character is so important. As concerns responsibility, too often, too many people, too many leaders feel that unless specific instructions are given or a detailed plan presented, there's no need to do more than the minimum. You as officers, you see what needs to be done and you do it without being told. You exercise your initiative. You leave nothing to chance. You continually ferret out those incipient failures. You look for those things that can go wrong and take remedial action to preclude their impact. Responsibility. And finally, old hat to you, and that's the example. You know well that those fine people you lead will reflect your example and your character as truly as a mirror reflects your image. In a sense, this refers to such things. If you're sharp, probably your unit's going to be sharp. If you're sloppy and profane, I bet your unit would be sloppy and profane. These outward manifestations are important, but more important are those traits of character, such as integrity, truthfulness, and self-control. Now, I've mentioned integrity as concerns self-control. If you can control your anger, your fear, and your appetite, you can control those that you are leading. Again, I want to tell you how proud I am of you, and I know all these fine people are very proud of you, and I know well that you will do an outstanding job leading America's sons and daughters. Thank you very much.